Good morning to you guys. Uh, it is 4:18 in the morning, and because of my new thought patterns, I find myself well rested and sleeping less because it's about work. Um, I know you've probably found yourselves in a position or in a place where you said or you were thinking something has to change. Something has to change now, soon, quick. I don't know what has to change, but something has to change. That's a It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Uh, the good part about it is you realize that something has to change. The opportunity in that is figuring out what needs to change. And just based on the experiences that I've been having, uh, the individuals that I've been communicating with, the things that I've been learning lately, more than likely, what needs to change is your thoughts. Because ultimately, thoughts change things. Your thoughts, your thoughts, they need to change. If you want change in your life, your thoughts need to change. What thoughts? What you think about yourself, for starters. Where you see yourself tomorrow. How you see yourself in the moment. And what goals do you see yourself attaining far into the future? You need to materialize all of those thoughts in your mind so that you can manifest them in actuality. Because whether you believe it or not, your thoughts are in a state of manifestation at all times. So that means you need to monitor your thoughts. And I would say mid to late last year, my wife and I realized that there were some things that needed to change with us. Our relationship, our finances, our relationship with family and family members. They need to change. So we said we were going to do what's necessary on our end. So we began to change our thoughts, how we saw ourselves as a unit, how we felt about and how we saw our relationships with our family, and how we saw our finances. There was a business opportunity that was presented to us, and we decided to take advantage of it. And if we had not, uh, if we had not decided to change our thoughts, the business opportunity would have been just like, anything else. And it probably would not have been as successful as it has turned out to be. This business opportunity, uh, medical commodities is what I'm speaking of. It's like any other business. It's you applying yourself. Period. That's it. Using your thoughts to manifest the results that you desire. We were able to go from invoicing $173 to ultimately a $17,000 month, a $19,000 month, a $18,000 month, and now here a $17,000 month. All because we changed our thoughts. We changed how we saw our business. We changed how we saw ourselves. We changed how we decided to deal with our environment. No longer are we subject to our environment, but our environment is subject to us. Once we realized that, everything started to conform to our thoughts, how we saw things happening. That is the power that is in us. But you must activate it. And sometimes you don't know how to activate it. Sometimes you need a mentor, or you need to be coached or trained. It's not a big deal. Lower your pride, become humble, and find a mentor that can help you move in the right direction. The Bible says pride goes before destruction, the haughty spirit before a fall. So if you can't humble yourself enough to learn the information you need to learn to activate what you need to activate within yourself so that you can manifest the beautiful things that are inside your spirit, that are inside your mind, then you'll continue to have problems. You must humble yourself. Some people may say that the former me was not a very humble person, but that has definitely changed. Because once you realize that there is so much you need to learn, you will drain your cup. You will empty your cup, your flask, your bottle, whatever container you choose to call yourself, as quickly as possible, so that you can seek the right people and the right persons to fill your cup with the proper information, the proper knowledge. So you have to ask yourself, how coachable are you? What is your coachability index factor? Right? The coachability index factor has two variables. Your desire to learn and your willingness to learn. Your desire to learn and your willingness to learn. Your desire to be coached and your willingness to be coached. You can have a desire of, let's use a scale of 1 to 10. You can have a desired level of 10 to be trained, to be coached, to want to learn the proper information. But if your willingness is a 1, your coachability index factor is a 10. It's 10 times 1 is 10. So my wife and I we needed to take our coachability index factor from somewhere about, I would say, 30 to 100. And I would say now we have finally humbled ourselves and said, you know what, we want to get this thing to 100. And now I would say we're somewhere around 87, 90, 95, something like that. 87, 95, we're somewhere in there. Because our desire to learn is a 10, but we had to move it from a 2 or 3 up to about an 8, 9. You want it to be 10. You want your willingness to learn to match your desire to learn, so that you can have a coachability index factor of 100. 100%. I am 100% coachable. When you can say that, you can be 100% successful. Your finances can be turned around 100%. You can start to achieve and attain 100% of your goals. But that does not change until you decide to change your thoughts. We decided that no more of negativity. We carry PMA with us every day and everywhere we go. PMA, positive mental attitude. Every day, everywhere we go. Why? Because it's important to think positively of yourself, to think positively of others, to think positively of achieving your goals. You gotta be serious about what you want. And when you become serious about it, you do what's necessary. Even if that means admitting, I don't know everything, which you don't. But it's hard for you to realize that if your willingness to do what's necessary to make change in your life is 0. You're going to keep having issues. You're going to keep having problems. I got tired of having issues and problems. Got tired of being in conflict. Got tired of carrying the weight of the negativity of other people. You'll find that once you start to change your thoughts for the better, the negative people in your life will naturally start to leave. It's amazing. They'll just leave because they don't fit in that place. And sometimes it may be a violent separation. I don't mean violent as in physically violent. I mean, they will leave and let you know that they're leaving. Things that they say or whatever, to try to get an arousal out of you one more time. But once you realize that it's not about carrying their negativity, and you silently let them know that, they'll just leave. Because they weren't there for your good in the first place. You know, a wise man once told me, my grandfather, he said, when you put your mind in the right place, your garden will weed itself. So you won't need to worry about pushing and pulling the negative people and things out of your life. Once you start to change your mind and change your thoughts, they'll just leave. Freeing up room and space for the things that you desire to come into your life. You'll start to think faster, move faster, achieve your goals faster. It's amazing what happens to your life once you decide to start to think positively about yourself and start to monitor your thoughts and the things that you think about. Since we've decided to make these differences within ourselves, our lives are like night and day. It's a beautiful thing. And I want that for all of my family. I want that for all of my friends. But they have to want it for themselves. And that means humbling yourself and saying, what is it inside of me that is preventing me from going where I want to go, from getting where I need to get to, from achieving what I want to achieve, from having what I want to have? You have to ask yourself that question, and then after you answer it, after you ask it, you must answer it. And the only way to answer those questions are to move. Because after the thought comes execution. So after my wife and I said, you know what, we need to change our thoughts. We need to change how we see ourselves, how we see each other, how we see our family. Then we had to exercise and execute those thoughts, those desires. On a daily basis, waking up being grateful, waking up being thankful, waking up with the desire to live purposefully, waking up with the desire to live a happy life or have a happy day. Doing things on purpose and with purpose. But that can only come if you change your thoughts. And once you change your thoughts, you find that everything else changes. Your environment changes, your relationships change, your finances change, everything changes. Change your thoughts, change your life. Change your thoughts, change your finances. Change your thoughts, change your living conditions. Change your thoughts, change you.